Ah, nice explosion. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Unreal Engine live stream. I'm your host, Alexander Pascal, and joining me today is Andy Bendit.
Why, hello.
I did it. I was thinking I'm going to get it right. It's Bendit. I did say it right.
You did say it correctly.
Oh my gosh, because I thought I said Bendit for a second there, and then nope.
My family thanks you.
Okay, cool.
Much appreciated.
So it was like, just before the stream, I managed to mess it up a series of times. But today we're going to be talking about the Conan Exiles mod editor. It's in the launcher now. It's a lot of fun. And if you haven't checked out Conan Exiles, well, we'll be looking at it today. But first, the news. So we're going to jump right into it. As you all know, Unreal Engine 4.15 just released yesterday, which means that you can probably expect us to have some more people on to talk about all the individual features in it as we're just kind of showing them off. We had Lena on before. We had Aaron McLaren on to show off the audio engine features. We've had on a few other people, but we're going to have a lot more on coming up. I'm going to scroll through these really fast. If you haven't seen them before, you can go to unrealengine.com/blog. It's going to be the first thing up front. Come check them out. First of all, I want to say thank you to the community members. 79 improvements were submitted by various people out there. You all, from chat. Actually, some of you in chat I know are in this list. There's How to Compute. You're often here. There's just like a bunch of you.
There's yourself.
Yeah. Oh, look, yeah, there you go. Like some of the moderators are even in here. But thank you all. Oh, hey, we've had it as a spotlight item right there. Yeah. Wow. Sorry, if I go through this list of all the names that I recognize, it's going to take forever. But what's new? Tons of awesome features. Right up front, we have the Nintendo Switch support stuff. We got a lot of cool new features. You just need to come in here, take a look at all of them. And like I said, we're going to keep expanding on each of those individual streams where we have a developer come on and talk about each of these big new things. And it goes on for a while. If you're familiar with our release notes, I've scrolled for a bit, and this is how far we're down the page. So you get the idea. It's a huge release. Check them all out. Look at all the minor notes. If you're a console developer, please go on to forums.unrealengine.com for a separate set of release notes for consoles based on which consoles you have access to. Those are just confidential to you working in your under your NDAs, so you'll want that information for your games. So check that out on the blog. Next up, another great blog has come out. Snake Pass team, who we had on a live stream not too long ago, Sumo Digital. These guys are just way too much fun. I think that we had a really great time like taking apart and then looking through Snake Pass before they actually made all these announcements. But they've now confirmed that they will be coming out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. So all the major consoles, so the current gen consoles, and PC. So that's a lot of platforms for you. You can pick it up on any of them when it actually gets released. And yep, there it goes. Actually mentions March 28th in North America, March 29th across platforms in Europe. So we've got dates when you can pick it up. We've got all kinds of info in here. And then, of course, they have a nice trailer. And, his name just totally escapes me, but they got a really famous musician to do all of the music for it. And it's going to drive me crazy because he's one of my heroes. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I know. Way to go. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Clint, over here making fun of me. Sorry.
You're gonna remember like right after we finish the stream.
It's gonna be one of those moments. It definitely is. But Snake Pass, it's gorgeous. Check out the live stream archive on our YouTube channel where we dive through stuff and talk about the making of it, which is kind of what we're doing today. So next up on here. Pew. Like I had mentioned in the 4.15 release notes part, we did a live stream for the new audio engine. It's so massive that Aaron McLaren came in, wrote up a nice little breakdown of what all we talked about and what you can expect in it. And you can check out the archive of it in here too. But it's just here on unrealengine.com/blog. And if you're watching this on the YouTube archive after we finish the stream, it will be in the description. So there you go. You can just click on it there. So those are all of our news items for today. The next thing that's up on here is Community Spotlight. Wait, they're in the wrong order. There we go. It was one or the other, and I got the one wrong. Sorry, Clint, over here making fun of me. All right.
I know you're really excited.
I know. I'm trying to
Conan Exiles.
I'm getting to the point where I want to punch the monsters and the crocodiles right in the face. So I'm gonna slow down. All right. So community spotlight, we have over here answers.unrealengine.com. For those of you that are familiar with the stream, you probably already know very well what it is. It is where you can go in to ask questions, report bugs, talk to each other about Unreal Engine stuff that's going down in your world, and you can help each other out. If you give each other answers or comments that are helpful, people can give you upvotes and likes, etc., and you get points for that are called karma points. And if you make it into the top karma earners of the week, I give you a shout out here on the stream. Plus, the top 3 people are going to get forum badges. So this week, Mons Olympus, who I think actually has the gold forum badge on this one already because he's been up here a bunch. But Mons Olympus, Testy Rabbit, you're new, so congratulations, you'll be getting a badge. Photosynthesis, pretty sure you're new, so you'll be getting a brand new badge too. Now, just want to say thank you to everybody else as well. Project Geist, you've been up here a few times. Thank you. Vecker, I saw your comment. It's not pronounced Fetcher, it's Vecker. Thank you. Now I know. Vecker, thank you so much for getting up here on the scoreboard. Haxo, Erasio, Luos. Hey, Luos, you're in chat right now, I think. Yeah, you are. Hey, Luos. Dennis Lambert, and Comet Goat. Thank you all so much for coming out and helping each other out. And if you're interested in getting one of these forum badges, come to answers.unrealengine.com, help some people out, and you too will be on this list. So for our spotlight items, first things up, you might have seen some of the stuff for this, but Homebound is brand new, just out right now, actually. It's in early not early, it's on discount already for the special promotion. So 20% off, go ahead and pick it up. If you've played games in VR, like in space, and you've ever gotten like Adrift, for instance, is probably a good example. A first-person VR experience in space can be pretty intense, but these guys, Clint, you want to roll that clip?
Careful, they're ruffled. I see you, Sam. Stop spacebooking at work. Now that is something you don't see every day. Unless you live on a space station. What does that say? Lutefisk? What even is that? Oh, you're such a talented astronaut. You weren't supposed to see that.
Yeah, so as you can see, Homebound doesn't take itself very seriously in the sci-fi front. It's got bags of chip, the Lutefisk.
The Lutefisk, yep, that was amazing.
You're not expecting like a lot of little jokes out of nowhere. There's buttons hidden around places that just say "do not press" on them. So it's got a good sense of humor to it, and it's very well rendered. I highly recommend it. Oops, let me get back to my notes here. This one actually, I found out about this because Victor Omen sent us a little thing about it, and his company Quixel has made it. He's very excited to show it off. So come check it out. It's on Steam. Currently $7.19. Not a bad deal. Next up, on our forums, this one I meant to give love to a little while ago, but I'm getting to it now. I tried to do it before the stream and I messed it up too. Olmopotamus? Maybe it's Olmopotamus.
Olmopotamus?
What do you think?
Potums.
Potums. Yeah, Olmopotums. Anyway, you've done an amazing job making this, and if anyone out there wants to check out a really interesting terrain blending tool, this one's still in development. Basically, Olmo has been kind of putting together a little demonstration of it based on what he saw in Star Wars Battlefront. As I have just recently started playing Skyrim again, I totally see what he's saying here. If you've ever tried to work in just static meshes, putting down basic meshes, and you see that sharp cut off from ground to that mesh, it doesn't feel very natural and looks unnatural in a game. So his solution is to come up with this material blend to landscape little system. Now, he hasn't posted up a way to get it yet, but he's explaining how it's going to work when it's actually something he's going to make available, or when he finalizes it and adds it into his game. But I love to see this behind the scenes stuff too. Now you can see there's a basic breakdown of how it works at its core. It's just taking vector positions and using those to blend stuff together. But here you can see the various ways you can do this. He explains that there's 3 ways that he set it up. One is automatic, which is just basically height based or distance from the ground based. And then the next one is a straight up, you can paint it on. So if you want it to be, snowier on one side than the other, you have that control. And also there's a third mode, which is a combination of both, where it's height based and then you can blend into it more. But there's this final result of blending everything together. Looks gorgeous. It's really just very well done. And it's shown up on my Twitter feed a couple times as these rocks that he's been working on. Now, we're actually going to be showing off a pretty interesting little desert world, and there's no reason you couldn't start making some very interesting little shaders and materials like these, and then try to mod them into Conan Exiles and see maybe you make a difference and make a really interesting mod that gets kind of popular. But yeah, check out what he's been working on here. Terrain blending tool by Olmo Potems. Really nice job there. Another interesting thing that came off of the forums. This is an update to something that got posted in September. Now, Virambit is pretty fascinated with fractals, and I love to have people in our forums that have like a particular fascination. We've had people come in that have like learning AI fascinations, and they've made like plugins for AI that learn and do interesting stuff. But this one I thought was cool because it came from someone trying something a long time ago and then wanting to build off of that. So here's what Virambit had previously posted. It's a little demonstration of, there we go, of a large fractal structure that they brought into UE4 and then fly around on as a dragon, because dragons are cool. And you can see it's huge. It's very impressive. So they decided they're gonna make a blueprint that actually designs and like builds fractals based off your parameters. And you can actually kind of see it starts with kind of basic pipes and moves up and moves up and moves up. And you can see there's some pretty heavy progress by these last couple images. Now the last image on here is actually not part of it, but it's the where they want to go. So this is where they want it to go. So this is also what I like to see, is when you come on here, you show me the behind the scenes of what you're making and where you expect it to go in the end, because this is, I think, part of the structure that was imported before. But I have to say, Virambit, this is fascinating, and I hope that you keep sharing stuff. You can see there's some downloads for videos and some downloads for stuff that you've previously done. So keep up the awesome work. Please keep sharing this stuff. And if anyone out there is making a cool tool, unique feature, or any kind of an awesome game that you just got to show off, hit me up on the forums, on Twitter, Facebook, however you can get a hold of me. Let me know, because I love to see stuff like these. Just gorgeous and fun projects. So, speaking of gorgeous and fun projects, whoa,
what are you talking about?
I'm
Goodness.
talking about you.
Oh, thank you.
Conan Exiles.
Oh, look at that.
So, let's pop us back over here into the screen. So, Andy, thank you for coming out here.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Came all the way over from Durham. It was a long trip. Must have been several minutes of travel.
I almost my food and water meters were at their minimum, so I had to go hydrate up, fill up my water my water skin.
Yeah, you dunk your whole head in the water, because I lost my water skin immediately when I was playing. I died immediately. So yeah, like if you open up the launcher right now, you too, right here, you at home, can actually get a hold of the mod editor. And if you've got Conan Exiles, then you can immediately start adding mods into the game and start messing around with it right now. So let's go ahead and give people a good background as to where this game kind of comes from.
Sure.
What is Funcom, and where did you get your beginnings?
Sure, yeah. So Funcom itself was originally founded in 1993. We're based out of Norway, Oslo. We currently have another office over in Durham, which is only about 10 minutes away from here, which is really cool. Conan Exiles was primarily developed in the Oslo, Norway office. The company got its starts, as many a software developer does, by releasing small titles, ports of games on the consoles.
Not totally unlike our own Tim Sweeney and all that, yeah.
Exactly. And then one of the first big kind of hits that we had was, and some people might be familiar with this, as The Longest Journey. The Longest Journey was an adventure game written by Ragnar Tornquist.
Yeah.
Made a huge splash. got a sequel. And that's just now part of the Dreamfall kind of world.
Yep.
And so that's kind of like where we got our like big splash like into gaming. And then as we moved forward, we then released Anarchy Online in 2002, which is the first sci-fi MMO ever released. Still running 16 years later, and we're getting ready to launch on Steam, which is really exciting.
Wow.
A 16-year-old game that we're launching on Steam. I know.
Oh my gosh,
it's gonna be amazing.
Fun fact: I actually used to work over at Funcom, and I used to moderate, actually be a GM for Anarchy Online.
Yeah.
And also the next game that that came out, which
is Age of Conan.
Yes.
So Age of Conan was the MMORPG based in the Conan the Barbarian universe, of course created by Robert E. Howard. I believe that was released in 2008.
Mm-hmm. I think that's about right.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was released 2008. We released a major expansion called Rise of the Godslayer, which adds the entire Katai region as well as the new race of the Catan.
Yeah.
So that
huge expansion.
Yeah, that was a really major expansion. So that was really cool. And then moving forward from there, we then released the Secret World in 2012, which is it's like a modern horror conspircy mashup kind of game.
It's got a lot of detective elements.
Yes,
which is fun.
Yeah, a big thing about it was like the narrative and the story, but the story was also.
Chad is already correcting us. It was 2009.
2009 for
Age of Conan.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate it.
Yes,
sorry
thank you,
about
Chad.
that. Thanks, Chad. Thanks, Dad. So TSW came out in 2012, and that's still going strong as well. We're actually doing a couple events for that right now. We're working on a major update. We're not quite ready to take the hood off, but. My higher ups, please don't hurt me because I'm saying things.
But as with all great game companies, something is always in the pipe.
Sure, that's true. Yeah, we always have something in the pipe. And then moving on to the 31st of this past January, Conan Exiles has been released on Steam in early access. And here we are today.
Yeah. That's actually the gist of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh wait, no, you forgot.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's right.
You forgot to. Look at that. We actually made notes. I was like, don't forget these.
Yeah. So, and these are of course notable and relevant because they were created in Unreal 4. So we had
these aside.
So we had the Park, which was it was a horror game set in the Secret World. That was created in Unreal 4. That was our first kind of attempt at a published title using Unreal technology to help us acclimate ourselves to transitioning to the Unreal technology because we were using proprietary technology previously.
Yes.
Pardon me.
That's a mouthful. Proprietary technology previously. Yes. Yep.
So and then what you just saw there was the.
Hang on.
Okay. We'll go on our kickle.
There we go. So if we flip the camera around, we'll see both. There we go. Okay, so the Park, yes, I'm going to pause that real fast. The Park here on Steam. This one's, the more, not point and click, but kind of more of a adventure puzzle solving game.
Yes, it's a story-driven game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more about you step in the shoes of Lorraine, who's lost her son in an amusement park. Things don't seem to be as they are.
Yeah.
And then it goes from there.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a little psychological thriller, and again, it was really more of an experiment to get ourselves used to using Unreal technology moving forward. We think it was a successful run.
Yeah, it was very cool.
And then this right here is Hide and Shriek.
This one I didn't even know about until you brought it to me. So I'm like, whoa.
This was a thing we did, yeah. So this came out last Halloween, or this past Halloween. It is a competitive jump scare game. That's me.
Competitive jump scare game.
Yeah, so you play as two students who. So this also takes place in the Secret World universe. You play as two students who are in these kind of like magical academies, and they turn themselves invisible as part of this ritual on Halloween. And the object is to craft spells through runes that you collect throughout the rooms, and then scare your opponent before they can scare you. That's that's me getting scared.
Look at that. You're even dressed in the same outfit and everything.
It's like I planned this
or something. Yeah. So let's see here.
So that was really cool, and yeah, this was also done in Unreal 4.
Yep.
And so those were the two games that we had done in Unreal, and then transitioning us into and preparing us for the release of Conan Exiles. Yes.
So that's really cool. So you got to kind of what's the term here? Cut your teeth on a couple of titles first, and then you went in for a big online game.
Big pitch. Yep.
Yeah, huge, kind of huge thing. So what makes Conan Exiles the kind of big, huge game that it is? What's the big, awesome features here?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, first and foremost, Conan Exiles is the survival, like open world survival game based in the Conan the Barbarian universe. They're just the kind of like the very nature of Hyboria itself and the world that was created lends itself really well to this like genre of game, because like the world of Conan and the world of like Hyboria is all about just like backstabbing and like and only the strong survive and
you're caving each other's faces in,
right,
and taking
exactly,
your
yeah.
resources
Just like,
from the other guy.
Yeah, it's super brutal and bloody.
And here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start loading up a single player one here.
Sweet.
While you're talking about it.
Sweet, yeah. So we felt that the world.
There it is. There's the default.
There's
UFG.
okay, right. That's what you're talking about. I see.
Can we hide us our little box real quick, Clint? Oh, it's gone.
Oh,
but if you load it up,
womp.
you could actually see a default UFG element that was in there.
Oh yeah, where the
It's too
cursor
late.
is there. Yeah.
Yep, too late, buddy. But yeah, so between survival, building, enthralling people.
That is a mechanic, yes. That in Conan Exiles, yes, you can. There are humanoid NPCs scattered throughout the exiled land that you can combat, and then essentially break to your will, and then they will serve you to do various tasks, including guard your base, cook for you, do your not do your laundry. But they will do your blacksmithing, and they will make stuff for you.
Oh, well,
if you assign them to that. You can also get like dancers for you as well, because there's a mechanic called corruption. There are certain areas, which we'll see if we jump into the map editor, you'll see like giant little bubbles of corruption. Yeah, and that causes you to, I believe the mechanic is like if you have full corruption, you just die instantly. And you have to like chill around your like dancers or something like that to like make your corruption go back down.
Corrupt.
Yeah, I mean, you can die and it resets.
I guess it's kind of like the not being a jerk meter.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Removing jerkishness and then make you nicer and all that.
Yeah, by the lovely company of your dancers.
Very Conan style.
It is.
So yeah, here from the menu, there's just like a very quick mod system. So if you want to add in new mods from the workshop, it's pretty quick off of Steam. Just you can go there. It's pretty quick. It'll give you an H gate, so you guys get the idea. And then
it's really cool. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying in here we just have one preloaded up.
Sure. One of the cool things about modding in Conan Exiles is that the modding is actually just like built into the actual like game's UI. So this is actually from in-game. You can see Alex clicked on the middle workshop button. That actually just immediately takes you to the Steam workshop where you can go and subscribe to mods. Once you've subscribed to a mod, it simply appears in the available mod category. You can then load them up. It's a little clunky right now. We are aware of some rough edges because it's early access indeed. And so anytime you make changes to the selected mods, you have to restart the physical client before they'll actually load in. So that is something that we're aware of. We are working to streamline the whole process as well as just improve the entire modding and mod playing experience. And you can also find more information about how to mod and how mods work from our official wiki
and also
game manual.
Whoops. So actually, I meant to do that. Don't worry. I'm going to go over here and show you that if you go to conanexiles.gamepedia.com/modding, like he said, there is a full breakdown of start to finish, getting started in it, and we're going to open up the mod editor in just a little bit, but just want to show you what it looks like in the actual game when you're adding in new mods. And so yeah, they have a good breakdown here, a full explanation of how to add in stuff. Check out the Dreamworld dev kit and how it works. And then those are ads. So, so yeah, so there is a wiki page that breaks it down for you. This on the Conan Exiles wiki. Okay, there we go.
Sweet.
There we go. Like I said, meant to do that. Everyone in chat's like, yeah, sure, Alex.
Yeah.
Like, no, I hit Alt Tab. I know what I'm doing.
Whatever you say, man.
Yeah,
Whatever you say.
I hit Alt F4 once and get this forever. So yeah, so we've just all we did was hit workshop, hit the subscribe button just like you would for other stuff. And just we hit here, map chords, subscribe. That's all that it takes effort-wise, and then push it over into selected. Yep. I hope that I didn't just undo and redo it.
No, it should be fine because it was still loaded in when you had launched the client. It should actually be just fine.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
So like just as an example, what this mod does that we installed was like the default map doesn't have like a grid or like coordinate systems or anything like that. So this mod adds a very simple like grid layout and A through Z and 1 through 9 just like coordinate system basically. So like you can more easily coordinate with your team who also have the mods, as long as the server also has the mod. Oop.
Did I kill it?
Oh, maybe.
Live.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Darn.
Conan, why?
Couldn't survive the harsh lands of the exiled lands.
The lamentations
Alas.
of their women will never be the same.
Alas.
All right, but I actually, guess what? Salvaged, it's here.
Cool, great.
So, yeah, this is actually the editor. Yes, I know I need to upgrade my Titan X. Oh, rough. Unreal Engine logo. Woo. Here. So, over here is actually what the mod editor looks like, which you should be pretty familiar with. It's the engine plus some tools. So, yeah, what am I looking at here?
So this is actually the existing map for that's included in Conan Exiles. This is without the height map. So all you're seeing right now are all the bounded areas. So for example, all those red blobs are where this is big city towards the center left of the map. That if you stand in it, you will start gaining more corruption.
Yeah. That's what. Oh yeah, because you're kind of explaining that. Now let me see here. If I do this, can I get away with simulating and then kind of like floating above?
Maybe. Yeah, cool.
Okay. So I can kind of
There's some stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not
up.
loading that in because I don't think my character has gone into a certain zone, so it's going to be like, I don't know where that is. But yeah, so it can kind of load up there, and I can feel it loading.
Sure.
But yeah, so we can see it spawn in things. This is where the corruption was. This is where you said a city is.
Yeah, where that big red blob is where the ancient ruins of a city are. There's inhabitants there, of course. There's humanoid inhabitants, and as well as other denizens of Hyboria. Some unnatural creatures are living around there. Maybe some undead one. Ooh. Yeah, there it is. Cool.
There we go. I'm gonna just fly on down there. And you know what? I think it's just not appreciating that I'm trying to run two things at once. Also, there we go. So anyway, it's trying to. Since I did simulate, it's like, are you a
trying
boy
to start a new character
or a girl? Thanks, Professor Oak.
Oh man, Professor Oak is Conan confirmed.
It all ties together. Pokemon, Hyboria, it's the same thing. It explains why the monsters that are in here.
Yes,
they're just Pokemon.
Oh my God,
we solved the mystery.
Oh man.
Okay, so yeah, it's actually trying to get me to do character creation.
That's actually really funny.
So here, I'm gonna just jump into it like normal then, since I can just do play.
Cool.
So yeah, straight from the mod editor as well. You can just jump in and play and make hot swaps to things.
Yeah, and every asset that you can imagine of changing around or messing around within the game is at your fingertips. You can.
Oh, whoops.
Every single weapon model, every single monster, every single, there's several unreleased monsters or, things that may not even actually see the light of day during early access, all in there if you want to play around with them some. You can change their attributes, their sizes. I think another really popular mod that's on the Steam Workshop right now is someone modded in Conan's actual sword model as a replacement for a longsword. Yeah, that thing is really cool. So props to whoever that did that. I'll give you a proper name recognition when I can check out the Steam Workshop myself. Sorry, I didn't memorize your name. I'm sorry. Big Meat Cartridge.
Big Meat Cartridge. That's going to be my default name. Let's see here, and you get not just what your name is, but a world you're from, or your background, races, or something like that. And then condemned to death and exile for the crimes. And you guys have added in some destruction of property, singing bawdy ballads, and fixing gladiatorial matches. I think I did all these in the same night, and that's enough to get me pretty heavily punished. So
it sounds like a good night.
Also, this haircut and guy liner combined.
That's the real reason why it got sent out.
That's the crime, right there.
That's the actual crime. That makeup with that hair?
Yeah, it's
those shoes?
Yeah. No, it's totally what it's my outfit, man. You can give me a bunch of crap for it? Jeez. So yeah, we're you go through a nice little opening, and then it's Conan who's come in to save you. Look at
there he is,
boss man himself. So what's the kind of brief story for your character for stuff? Actually, there's little logs in the world too.
Yeah. So a big focus with Conan Exiles is more with environmental storytelling. So instead of just dumping a whole bunch of narrative into your lap right from the start, we wanted people to explore the land and then piece together what's been going on in this area and what happened to you and why you've been sentenced to this exile. Again, through context clues and things that you might pick up throughout the world as well. well, one of the big like mysterious mechanics. So first of all, the Exiled Lands is in an undisclosed area of Hyboria.
Yeah. So it's undisclosed.
Correct. So we're keeping the act like where it is geographically in Hyboria a secret.
Oh, okay,
Like
I got
where
you.
it is, like is it in your Stygia? Is it in your Katai? Is it like is it in your Samaria? It's like no, it's maybe, who knows? But we're keeping the actual physical location a secret currently.
Yeah.
There are others
See,
here.
So-
I got fists.
Yeah.
There we go.
And so, like, for example, that first note that you could get, so funnily enough, we actually had a bug where you could punch rocks apart
Oh, really?
to gather resources. Yeah, we had to patch that out, but because only Conan himself is allowed that
Oh, yeah,
privilege.
he can
Only
punch
he
rocks.
can punch rocks apart.
He can
yes.
also punch, like, knock a horse out in one punch and like do all the other stuff.
Yes,
yeah.
and we we hope to be able to implement camels soon as well, so you can start punching camels in the face because we know that's a
Very important to the storyline.
Yep, I mean it's Hyborian tradition.
It's canon,
Yep.
if anything.
Yes, correct.
I'm trying to punch rocks, but I've played this quite a bit, so I know better. I'm just goofing around.
Sure, yeah. So when you start out, you dumped out into the middle of nowhere. There on a nearby rock, there's a note as well as a water skin that.
Yeah, I guess I should also follow the path to.
I mean,
You can just wander into the desert forever.
You just kind of wander around and survive. It's fine.
And then what I can also do here is I can kind of like cheat my way out, and then let's see here.
What are you doing?
If I eject out of the character.
Oh.
Yeah, let's see here. If I wonder if I can find player and then just. Ooh, I wonder if. Do you know what the main guy is called? I wonder if I can
Something
find-
actor, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, they're all actors.
I know they're all actors. I don't know.
But I bet you I could actually kind of go in there and mess with a couple of things and.
That would be funny.
Look around. Oh no! Oh, I got out of him. That's what I did. I ejected out of him, and now I'm somewhere. Look at what I've done to him. This is my fault. Because I was just like, I'll just eject out of him and fly around once, so I could see what the world looks like.
Nice. Oh, I wonder if the game considers you as logged out when you do that, because that's usually what
Yep.
happens when you.
I bet you when I bet you when I depossess, it considers me logged out and therefore kills me on the spot.
Interesting. Well, so one of the mechanics in Conan Exiles also is that if you log out, your body is not necessarily safe.
Yeah.
So like if you exit out of your server, your body is still there in the game world and can be attacked or looted. Which is why shelter is so important, especially on PvP servers. On PvP servers, obviously, it doesn't matter that much, but like on PvP servers, finding a safe location to log out is actually like an important like consideration to make. Like it's it's an intended kind of thing to not be safe out there.
You definitely have to take it's so funny because you at least you don't have like the option also of waking up if someone comes and messes
No,
with you.
you don't.
You're just kind of dead
Right.
if something bad happens. And then here we go. I hit possess on the guy again, and I'm going to try to set him back up and run around again. Now I know, though, it will count it as a log out if I do that, which is kind of neat.
We learned something today, folks.
I don't know what's going on, but I don't
Okay.
like it. I've seen a lot of leg. I seem to have managed to make him very unhappy. Oh, here. I can also change it from simulate
Or
mode.
extremely happy.
Which somebody was pointing out to me earlier. It's like, maybe you just want to do selected viewport instead. But, yeah, that's pretty good. So, yeah,
That's
what's your favorite features so far that have come out?
Oh man, I mean, really right now, like I think we have a really awesome foundation for base building in general right now because we're seeing so many cool, like both for me as a player, I really enjoy just kind of like tinkering around and like building my foundations and seeing what I can break.
The guy's face is just always
Yeah, I
the
know,
best.
that's great. So I like playing around with the building system a lot because there's a whole lot of things that you can do with it. There's a lot of room for creativity and just kind of like you can make this like weird haphazard sky bridge, or you can make these like monumental fortresses that look like straight out of the movies or the old games and stuff like that.
Yeah, actually.
In fact,
I think I grabbed a picture of one you were showing.
Yeah. So like on our.
So if you go over to their Twitter account here, you definitely want to check out. This is great too. This is here we go. Yeah, here's just some screenshots of entire townspeople.
Yeah. So these are all made by players.
Yeah. That one. This
So some people send us like these really cool shots. There's like a gladiator pit, I think, in this album also. Yeah, like
There
there's
we
a
go.
really cool arena there.
Yeah, nice Coliseum
Yeah.
setup. Yeah, that's amazing. And yeah, you could now through the mod editor just mod a whole Coliseum in there as like a default thing that you can go visit, etc. So all of these now you could kind of package out into something that'd be kind of fun to see. I'll hop back in. Do loading world, and yeah, I get the water skin again.
Cool.
There we go. So I'm gonna run around and we can actually grab random things.
So yeah. So when you're starting out, like you're basically starting out from pretty much literally nothing. So you're picking up just like scraps of whatever you can find out in the desert. One of the first things you'll probably end up crafting is a very crude pickaxe, so that way you can more efficiently mine rock or harvest rock. And then you can then use that stone to create your first structures in your first home.
Yep.
Your first little apartment, your cubby.
Yep.
Next to the oasis.
And as a really important point of these too, because you can reverse engineer some of this stuff too as a modder. You can look through how this inventory system works. You'll see that this is just a UI system based off of what we've already kind of made before. You've probably actually got a lot of experience editing UI. But this will give you a really good overview of how a large company would make game stuff, and I'm just gonna give him some points.
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna give him strength because I know I'm gonna eat it if I don't give him some power. I got like dainty punches.
Yeah, and there's already a mod out in the Steam Workshop that increases the level cap and provides more skill points and all that too,
Yeah,
which is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. His hair is just the best.
It's like
Yeah, but actually the physics on cloth and hair is very well done. Speaking of things that have physics, we have the ability to control the nudity, of course,
Yes.
from both client and admin. I'd actually like to point out, as a game developer, I thought this was a great concept that, since you guys are an M-rated game with what we call the hard M, as in lots of violence in adult situations, you guys had to plan for that.
We did, correct. Yeah, so we do have a controller on how much nudity that you can see on your client. So like on the server, you can set whether you want like partial nudity or total nudity or just like completely covered up. And then on the client side as well, you can also choose between fully clothed, fully nude, and partial nudity. So even if the server is set to fully nude and there's people running around naked on their end, you will not be forced to see like nudity if you did not set that when creating your character on that server. Yeah. So if you have nudity off and you want to stay covered up completely, you will never see body parts that you don't want to see. That's just the choice is yours, and we wanted to offer that for people because we know not everyone wants to just have that on their screen constantly.
Yes, not everyone is into that one.
No, they're not. They're not.
But yeah, I think that's it's actually something that's kind of interesting to point out from a development perspective. When you have to, when you want to make a game that is M-rated, but also for a mature audience that doesn't always appreciate all the bits and bobs, or as I think as Lena calls them, flappy bits. So actually, we've had lots of streams on Anim Dynamics, which you can learn about flappy bits in the form of chains and whatnot. So all of you out there that are currently in chat asking me about all of the adult things, so we're not going to be doing that today. Thank you. But what I would like to show off here is just how this world kind of spawns in. What we saw were a series of volumes that then kind of generate everything. Now I know I'm not going to.
I know some of these words.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say like, no, I know that this is going to be the above your head stuff too, because it's just getting into like really advanced things.
Sure.
But, I think that we can probably expect to be able to dive through some bits and parts.
Yeah, that's great.
If you're a developer yourself. So I'm just gonna grab a hold of a couple things just to see what they are, what they do, and also another thing we should point out here is when you're in here, there are actually a lot of maps. Your default map is going to be kind of like a flat, basic area. Go into the Conan sandbox and grab Conan Sandbox to actually play through the game. But they have, like you see here, these are actually level layers, I think. And then we have the actual core game. But yeah, we can crack open some of these and see what they're doing. And actually, this is the thing that I was hoping, since you were talking about, we could look into more. This is where there's a city in the game. Unfortunately, being level 1 repeatedly means I'm not going to be able to grab it. But what we can see is that it has influence here. This is a trigger area corruption, and just like in regular engine stuff, we can open it up, take a look at its scripts. Look, actually that's kind of the best part, of seeing what's in Blueprint. This is let's see, an array element that's feeding into some stuff, probably in code. So you're going to have to dig around in that too. But for every single part in here, you have the option to look in. Actually, this is kind of fascinating too, is we have a river mesh. This is all one mesh. Wow, like, see, without the mod tool, you have to kind of take a guess at how a lot of this stuff was built. So I'm sure a lot of people were thinking that maybe it's a series of instance chunks. Now you can see it's actually one big thing. I wonder, also, well, since I have a hold of it, let's just crack it open, see how it's done. I'm not going to try to package out an actual mod today, but I think we can actually take a look and see how it's all made. Wow. So diving through this, you out there can see, and like I said, reverse engineer everything on here to make your own tools. This one's locked. Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, I wonder what's up with that. But yeah, let's see here.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
But let's see. In addition to all the stuff that's already built in here, we're also going to be seeing more stuff added that you can mod over
Correct.
time.
Yes.
So what are some of these new, I guess, new features, new abilities and mechanics we're going to be playing with?
Sure. Yeah. One of the bigger features that we have in the pipeline right now is a trebuchet, or like a siege system. So that'll first of all, we get a lot of feedback on the forums from a gameplay perspective about bases being built on top of mountains and such. It's a strategically advantageous location, but with the current tool set that players have, raiding them and sieging them can prove to be very difficult. I mean, we've had siege weapons and things like trebuchets in the works, planned already, well before early access even came out. But that is something that will be coming out. And that I don't know how that'll be handled mechanically in the game, if it's considered a vehicle or anything like that. But it will be a new element that, of course, mod makers will be able to take advantage of. I think I want to say the trebuchet model and all that is already in
Really?
the mod kit. So if you wanted to take, because I definitely saw it on Reddit. It definitely popped up there. So
I bet that's okay. So you guys can probably get a kind of sneak preview-ish kind of thing if you really pay attention and dig through things for new updates.
Yep.
Then you could see the trebuchet.
Yeah, you can. So if you really want to look under the hood, you will see some things that you're gonna see some things. You're gonna see some things.
You're gonna see some things. Yes.
Yeah. So that's already there.
Some stuff you can't unsee.
Right. Correct.
Can confirm trebuchet is in mod kit. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. Thanks for checking up on that. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I'm curious to see. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what other stuff that I can actually talk about that isn't
I saw a couple things mentioned, spellcraft sorcery things.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Which is what I'm waiting for, is the sorcery stuff too.
We do fully plan to add a sorcery system, magic system to Conan Exiles. I don't really have an ETA, but it's definitely something that we're going to do as we progress through early access, right? So, once that gets implemented, I think that'll be really fun to kind of mess around and what kind of effects you can make. And I'm really excited to see what y'all cook up when we throw that into the mod kit.
Oh, I hate these things.
Oh, the imps, yeah.
I wanted to punch one thing on the stream for the sake of fun of punching things, but these are they just look so weird.
What you need to do is just spawn a bunch of hyenas and spiders and then just nuke them.
Oh gosh.
Because I hate the hyena.
Oh, that's right. I don't have my pick to get stuff. I just punch them until I feel better.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you can harvest corpses in this game using a tool. You cannot You cannot harvest their flesh with your fists.
That's
unfortunately.
It's a little bit different there. Gotta actually hit him with a pickaxe until his skin comes off. That's important.
It is important, just like real life.
Yeah, just like a real taxidermy. That's just pickaxes and whacking away until it's done. There you go.
Yeah, it's a tried and true survival tactic when you're stuck out in a undisclosed exiled area wearing a magic bracelet that'll kill you as soon as you try to take it off.
Oh, it's always important.
It's really pleasant. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Just gonna go mine these happy little trees here. Get some bark.
It's very pleasant.
Just watch out for that giant shaleback.
Is it? Oh yeah, the ship. Oh my gosh, nope. That's the thing that I want to avoid.
Yeah, no. So you of course have some experience in Age of Conan as well.
Yeah.
You might recognize those as the Kappas.
They were called Kappas.
They were called Kappas.
Oh, and they were in the expansion. Yeah.
Yes, and then so we named them Shalebacks for Conan Exiles. But in our heart of hearts, they'll always be the Kappa.
And now I know where this takes place.
No, you know.
Oh,
no.
No.
It takes place in the world of Conan the Barbarian. Duh.
Yeah, somewhere in general.
Somewhere out there.
Yeah. This is very interesting.
Oh.
Now, oh yeah. Oh no, it's a horde of them. Where did they come from? It's like a horde.
What is happening?
No, no, I was just trying to show off the mod editor. You guys, you're ruining the stream. Get
That's
out of
really
here.
funny.
Guys,
Get
you
out,
ruined it.
get out,
no,
get out.
Get out.
There was, earlier before I went live, we were playing around a little bit in the world, and we had one of those giant shellbacks running after us, and normally these guys can't.
Yeah, their nav mesh cuts off right here, at like the water line, so you can tell where they can stop pathing. Like if you're a game dev, just heads up, guys, you can probably figure out where the nav mesh is and then kind of kite them around a bit. I was not exploiting that at all, not at all. No. But yeah, sure enough, we managed to get him off track a little.
Yeah. So yeah, the giant shieldback has this like leaping attack. So he actually like leapt over the nav mesh, as you crazy kids like to call it. And yeah, so he actually like jumped into the water and ended up getting stuck.
Oh, I'm still running away.
He can't pass through there.
No, there's more. I just keep running into more.
escape.
So yeah, I remember when I started this, I played this like a couple weeks ago at home. I'm like playing. I'm like, okay, so clearly what you have to do is die several times until you figured out what you're supposed to do. Because I was just constantly running into a bad guy, turning around, running away, and into another bad guy. It's like, no, Alex, you just got to kind of find somewhere that no one is, and then be there.
Yeah, death is
inevitable, I feel.
for the most part. When you're starting out, you can expect to die a few times and maybe lose your stuff.
Oh wow. Yes.
What?
So I hope I don't die while I'm hanging out here. Actually, here.
Sure, yeah, I'll
you
mess
run
ar-
around.
I'll
I
mess
actually
around a
have
little bit.
questions from chat
Yeah.
that I would like to throw at you.
Yeah. Give me your best and or worst. Now, remember, I'm not like super technical, so I can't really answer like the really nitty gritty like modding questions or technical stuff. But
Oh, and also we can do this to make life a little bit
thank you.
fancier for you. Because I was just showing that it's in engine, but since you don't need
no
that.
inverted mouse, Alex.
No, inverted.
Whoa, all right.
Them fighting words on this stream. All right?
this show's over now.
We're done. You can go back to Funcom and hang out there.
These weird Funcom people with their inverted Y. I get words about that all the time whenever I bring it up. I really like inverted Y, guys.
Come on now.
I really like it,
guys.
guys.
So let's see here. Oh, someone was asking if there's any water creature. Oh, Bloody Bobby was asking, are there any water creatures? There's crocs, which can do both.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Because I know that they can chase me in the water.
Right.
'Cause they do it all the time.
Right. Okay.
but as far as a strictly water guy, I don't think I've seen.
As far as fully aquatic creatures, I actually would have to get back to you on that. Certainly that's something we would probably want to do, but that's probably best reserved for like a different biome, because like this is more of a desert, and so there's only so much there's no real like deep water around here, so I feel like there wouldn't be a whole lot of room for any kind of like weird lagoon creatures or anything like that to live in. But oops.
Did you hit escape?
I did.
Yeah,
I'm at the
escape
close to
in the
UI.
engine is going to cancel everything. So you popped out. Oh, hit F11. You can hit play
Alright, cool,
again, and it'll
thanks.
jump you right back into where you were. Yeah. Okay. So
It's toggling full screen, it looks like.
Bloody Bobby was wondering if there's going to be piranha type things.
Oh, right. There's not quite like that yet, but that sounds like something we would end up implementing. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah.
So maybe, probably, no promises.
Maybe question mark.
Maybe, probably.
Yeah.
Early access.
Let's see here. Alexotronic wants to know approximately how many people are on the development team working on this.
Sure. So the Exiles team, I don't have an exact head count, but I want to say it's probably about 50 people. I want to say, and we have a similar amount over in the Durham office as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the exact head count, but it's a mid-sized, like pretty mid-sized team.
So like a Funcom overall, probably like 100+ people, and then you kind of split between a few different groups there.
Yeah, that's a safe estimate to make. Yeah.
Because you guys have, of course, things in the pipe, plus this, plus
Sure,
your
right.
previous titles. You're always keeping up to date.
That's right. Yeah. We're still maintaining our MMO titles as well.
Yep. Let's see here. End credits is wondering. I'm after a more aged, wiry physique for older characters and mouth movements. Any chance for this? Have you heard about being able to play as a particularly old and frail-looking person?
Sure. Yeah, that's actually something we've gotten a lot of like suggestions and feedback about on our forums and on Reddit and all that.
I think nothing could be cooler than like seeing. It's like that movie effect of like the wise old man who
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
suddenly just starts beating people
Yeah,
with
and
a
just like
cane.
just like this like frail old man, and suddenly just like busts out like all these like swords and like heavy equipment or something like that.
Yes. Yes.
We As far as like specifics on additional character customizations we have planned, I can't go into like exact details, but we are going to add new customizations and expand the actual like character creation process. So like you won't be you won't be just locked to burly man and burly woman physiques.
Yeah, the two football player characters.
Right.
Yeah, I need someone who kind of looks like me, a little bit out of shape, kind of skinny, but mostly it's like skinny fat, so there's like not a lot going on. So let's see here. Next question we have here.
Oh no, I hit escape again. I'm bad at
you keep hitting escape.
I'm bad at editor.
Alt F4, Alt F4.
I'm sorry. Don't all F4.
See, Noobs Disrubes is wondering, how can you limit what can be done? You don't want to add, you don't want people to add a mod that gives you 4 billion HP in damage. Actually, there aren't like upper limits on mods, so I mean, as
far as I know, yeah, there's no like clamp on those values.
I mean, like as long as the admin of the server is cool with you having 4 billion health / damage. Well, let's see. Actually, this brings up kind of a funny point. If you adjust everything to have 4 billion health and do 4 billion base damage, then you've just done nothing. Because
right.
Because you've set your just like a standard of a 4 billion.
Right. Yeah. When everyone
whatever else.
Yeah. Exactly. When everyone's extraordinary, no one is. So
yeah.
I mean,
Right.
And so like that kind of stuff like. That would have to be approved by the server admin and like whoever's running the server, because both the server and the client have to be running the same mod. So the server admin would have to be consciously loading that into their server before you can actually mess around with like crazy values like that. So
yeah.
It's up to the discretion of the users.
Yeah, it's funny, as you were saying that Apex GS said the server and the client need the same mod subscribed,
right,
but that's about it. Yeah, so yeah, that's all that's required, and then yeah, no real upper limits on things, because that's all these mod tools work in general. And our launcher has quite a few different mod tools in it. You can see them for Squad and Arc, etc. Check those, and UT, of course, Unreal Tournament has its own mod tools. So if you want to see more examples of how games are made, check out all those mod tools as well. So Noobs, that was an interesting and good question. Thank you. Next up, I don't have an answer for that one, so I'm unfortunately not gonna be able to answer that one. I'll have to find some questions we're not gonna be able to answer on streams because they're a little out of scope of what we're discussing today. And if you throw them onto our forums at forums.unrealengine.com and just ping me with @AlexanderPascal on them, oh goodness,
no.
Nope, this is going to end horribly. You can ping me on the forums for answers, and I will attempt to get the right people to answer you. Sorry.
What? No.
The Rhino?
No.
Clint, no. Clint, we are not.
I mean, I can attack the Rhino. It will destroy me. Oh, what the heck?
Why not?
Why not?
It's not like this is for points.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Such a try hard on the stream here.
Yeah, gosh, look at you. You're about to
come here,
building
boy.
a fort.
Come here. Oh, we're gonna get you.
Turning it into a
boy. Oh, this hurts. Oh.
Oh, I love that even
so
the
close, guys. So
there.
close.
Like, even the Kappa's in there, just, busting your face.
It's like you rolled up on the wrong. So they actually fight each other, actually, which was kind of cool.
Yeah. It's I've seen this quite a bit where it's determined that like certain things will hunt other things, and these guys, they're clearly cinematic elements. You can't actually hurt them because I've thrown things into them 100 times, and actually you can go up and poke him. Hey, what's up, buddy? I think he's currently just chilling, eating whatever he's.
Yeah,
this guy.
He's eating this dude. Yeah,
In
it's a nice little human shank. Yeah,
taking up there. Let's see here. Let's see. Budzilla. Gosh, Budzilla 420 asks, Unreal Engine, do you guys have a rough ballpark of when you're wanting to exit early access that's available somewhere?
For Conan Exiles? Yeah.
For getting out of early access.
Yeah. I mean, we. I mean, that's hard to say, right? I think the plan right now is a year. But as with anything in game dev and anything to go with that, like things can change and things will change.
And always pay attention to news updates. If you really want to stay on top of them, like that's the best way to do things.
Yeah, the plan right now is a year, but yeah, if that changes, obviously we'll keep you guys posted, just all over social media and on the websites and all that. Yeah,
a really good example of this is Paragon has every 3 weeks, but there was once where people just weren't going to be able to do it. Like a lot of things were coming up, and they were like, okay, well, holidays plus all these other things. almost every 3 weeks we'll make a new character come out. But so yeah, as you guys out there know, you have seen a lot of game development here. Things can be pretty crazy.
And yeah, things just happen sometimes, and things that are out of your control, or you never would have thought, why I didn't even change that. Why is it behaving this way? Like that happens all the time, and so we shall see.
Let's see here. So, Darn
Yes.
Hyena, which I assume is the one that just killed you. Darn Hyena asks, will we be able to stick beards and other facial hair onto the women characters to make dwarf societies? This is a good opportunity to make a mod, I think.
Yeah. I was gonna say like that sounds like a great mod idea for
Yeah,
when facial hair is implemented.
It's the beards. It's important.
Well, the distinct lack of magnificent beards, and we gotta
You gotta
get that going.
Everyone deserves a magnificent beard, So yeah, I think it's probably the right answer for that. Comrade Headclot is asking us, do you plan on adding more biomes to the game world? Right now we've got, I think it's like about 3, because you kind of have like a desert, kind of an oasis, and kind of like the deep, I guess, jungly and weird stuff going on up there. I haven't gotten far north. I actually don't know totally what that biome looks like.
Sure, yeah. I mean, this is the current playable area. So, like, if you try to go out of bounds, you'll see a giant, you'll see what we call a curse wall. It's a giant green field, a giant green field that will just instantly kill your character the moment you step through it, regardless of what you have or just whatever you're doing. Yes, we do plan on adding more biomes, and of course, we're going to be expanding the world of Conan Exiles as time goes on. As far as like an ETA on when we're going to add new biomes and what those biomes will be in what order.
Well, first, yeah,
can't really comment.
But first you got to get a lot of the early access stuff done.
Correct. Yeah,
we have features.
We have a lot of challenges and hurdles that we're working on right now. But of course, we are working on new content as well. But yeah, as far as like when or what, can't quite comment on that yet. Sorry.
All right.
But yes, we are adding them.
Does the facial hair provide stat bonuses? I don't think so.
Sounds like a mod.
Sounds like a good mod right there. Let's see here. We're getting a little close on time, and we've got a few other things to do planning GDC wise. But
Sweet.
But if anybody out there asked a question and we weren't able to get to it on the stream, please come to forums.unrealengine.com. Under the events section, you'll see a forum post for this stream, which has the title down there, Conan Exiles Mod Editor. So if you look for that, yeah, there you go. It's all backwards. So if you go out there, you can ask us questions, and I'll try to follow up with you, Andy, and then we will try to get you whatever answers we can get. For right now, we have got to get moving. So thank you all for coming. Andy, thank you for coming out, running around, punching things and getting murdered, and talking about the mod editor. And so as our outro today, I'd like to just tell everybody that next week I'm going to be on the train jam, so I will not be here on Thursday or Tuesday. I have to be traveling, so I'm making sure that live streams line up for those. Thursday will probably be a GDC overview, because we're going to be going to Game Developer Conference in 2 weeks. Whew. Clint, don't worry about it, man.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
We're all counting on you.
Thank you. Yes. We're all working very hard on here to make sure that GDC is a lot of fun and very exciting for everyone who's in the Unreal Engine community. But for right now, we're here to say goodbye for the stream, and make sure to hit subscribe, like, upvote, etc., whatever social media things that are around here, depending on if you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or any of our other various formats. So please follow Unreal Engine and follow Funcom and Conan Exiles, and check out ConanExiles.com for more info on the awesome game. Pick it up now. So later.
Bam! Thank you, guys.